started. Thanks, Polly. So I'm happy to be alive today. Happy to share all the wonderful practice with you all tonight. Just arriving on your seat, body on the cushion, mind in the body. Just this breath taking place, rising and falling. A relaxed Tadasana in the torso, in your sitting posture. How would your torso feel if you were standing in Tadasana? In the beginning, often the mind is like a waterfall. Lots of thoughts, lots of activity, moving here and there, rushing around. But if you've ever stood in front of a waterfall, you could actually just stand there and watch the waterfall. And watch if the mind is busy without really getting involved. Sometimes the mind is like a stream. It's flowing, it's moving, but it's rather gentle. And sometimes the mind becomes like a still forest pool. So not trying to create any specific state of mind, just observe what the mind is like right now. It might be a waterfall, it might be a stream, or it might be settling into that calm, ripple-free, still forest. Any of them are fine. You don't need to change them or try to force the waterfall to become the forest pool. Just be with the mind just the way it is. But again, that takes time. More and more of the stream of the mind becomes full of the stream of the breath. So what the mind is still flowing, very active like a waterfall. These states of mind known by awareness. You can rest in the in awareness and still know the waterfall mind, the busy mind, or the street-like mind, or a much stiller forest pool-like mind. These are all states of mind that are known and recognized in awareness. So as you rest in open awareness, simply know whether the mind is moving or whether it is still, whether it is flowing or whether it is a waterfall of busy, rapidly changing mental activities. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavai Tejasvinavadivastu Madhushavai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om 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 Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Chavanchikena Yopa Karatam Pavaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjalir Anatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasidarinam Sahasrashir Samsvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Hari Om. So in one of the dedications, there's this part of the chant is that may the practice help us navigate the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. So the Dharma can help us navigate whether the mind is waterfall, whether it's a stream, or whether it's a still forest pool. It's easy to navigate in your little kayak out on Lake Nokomis when it's dead calm, right? Not a breeze, nothing. It's a little harder to navigate if your kayak is in Lake Superior. Yeah, you better be good if you're going to kayak in Lake Superior. So Dharma gives us some tools to navigate. It's a very common metaphor they use, especially with beginning meditators often feel like the mind is like a waterfall, right? It's just non-stop distraction. And if every time you sit down on your cushion, of course, you are a beginning meditator, right? Distraction, distraction, distraction. Oh my God. Now you wish they had pulled my wisdom teeth. Okay, let's start with downward facing dog pose. Let's see if we can navigate that posture. You're gonna need a compass. A compass of awareness. Oh God, I'm overdoing the metaphors. I gotta relax. Find the rhythm in the limbs so that the torso gets extended evenly and the breath begins to flow rhythmically. Look up towards your fingertips. And lift your heels as high as you can. Lift up onto your ball mounts. Bend the knees about halfway down. And then internally rotating the thighs, draw the inner thigh bone up and extend the groin to re-extend the knee joints. Draw the legs up and push them back. The head of the femur should lead the way. And repeat that. Look up. Lift the heels, bend the knees, deep internal rotation, extend the groin to re-extend the knee, then lengthen the torso, waist, hips out of the arms. Bring the head back to neutral. Step up into Uttanasana. Step, walk, or jump, whatever floats the boat. This is how we're using boat metaphor tonight. Thanks. Bring the fingers, draw the arm up at the side. Extend the armpit, chest, waist, and hips. Keeping fingers lengthening as long as you can. Put them back down, but without shortening them. Go back to Uttanasana. Second round, go gradually work a little deep out in Uttanasana. Clasp your elbows. But lift the arms up so they're a little above your ears. Lengthen from the pelvic rim through the sit bones, through elbows, sorry. And then feel free to extend down as much as you can. Untuck the chin a little. Lengthen the front spine opposite the sternum. Like that. Then release the elbows, grab your outer ankle, exhale, pull the trunk down strongly. Pull the side trunk down strongly. Then holding the ankles, come to concave spine. Lengthen, come to concave spine. If you need to slide hands up a little to get there, that's okay. And then let the arm drop to the side and stand in Tadasana. All right, Kedsian. Moving right along this Shirsasana. If you're not doing Shirsasan for any reason, you can do some form of head supported forward. Okay, just like in Tadasana, we tend to slightly rock right foot, left foot. So we tend subtly, or maybe not so subtly, depending on the day, shift a little from right forearm, left forearm. Finding the symmetry of grounding the arms, the crown of the head, lifting and opening the shoulder blades so the neck might even feel weightless. Take care not to push the neck toward the throat. Widen the base of the skull, where the neck comes out of the skull. As you widen the shoulder blades away from the root of the neck where it joins the thoracic spine. Side body long. Make the leg very compact from the hips to the ankles with that in rotation, keeping the root of the thigh seated deep into the back corner of the sockets. So from behind the navel, there's a slight movement gentle toward the lumbar spine. The bowl of the pelvis feels a little hollow. Pelvic bones roll toward each other. And then, just like a good politician, keep checking with your pace. Those of you who can take Baddha Konasana, take Baddha Konasana. Does the base change? Probably. And take the legs, either re-extend them up or wide Upavishta legs, whichever variation you can do, either one is fine. Strong rotations, the outer hips into the sockets. And as if you're kind of squeezing the legs toward the go back to the socks. And then the breath takes you out of the pose. Rest with your head down. Okay. I guess we can continue to call this an intermediate class. That was a 5-minute head balance. Junior intermediate. All right. All right. Then take Pinchamayurasana, forearm balance. Use whatever props required, if any. Isn't it odd that asana yoga, in a modern day asana yoga class, they have beginner and intermediate, continuing and advanced. When you go to the Zen Center, there's not, well, they do have beginner classes, that's true. But then there's no intermediate, advanced. You just go there and you just do practice. Nice. Those of you who can balance, take the balance. And those of you who are kicking up at the wall after 20 years, occasionally adjust your intention to say, I am going to kick up and hit the balance point. 9 times out of 10 you won't, but that doesn't matter. Now, collarbones, Nicole, lift out of the armpit collarbones. Well, take a breath. That's okay. The first Pinchamayurasana is like the first pancake. It never quite comes out right. You know, you got to reset the heat and the batter and everything and the oil. So the second Pinchamayurasana, maybe the ingredients are starting to coalesce, shall we say. Now, in order to lift from the collarbones, Nicole, literally push your chest forward to lift up from the sternum. Yes, good. Go. Push forward to go up, away from the wall, but tuck strong. There you go. Now see if you can take one leg away from the wall. Oh! Throw away the second pancake. All right. You actually have to move a little forward from the collarbone sternum area to ascend very well, in my experience. Hope it works for you. More tuck, James, more tuck. You can't, Now sustain that, come on. Now you pushed forward again, go up. Don't push forward. Push forward with the chest, it's your pelvis. There you go. That's, yeah, coordinate that. Lovely. All right. Come down. It's really weird to teach Pinchamayurasana on Zoom, but here we are. It's what we've got, folks. I can never tell if Laura Lee's adjusting her camera or wanting to ask her question. I guess she's adjusting her camera. All right. Okay, right into Supta Virasana tonight. Minimal support, but it's what you need, okay? Most people need support, but if you don't always have to do this posture on a bolster. Unless you, of course, that's what you require. I'm lucky. I live about 10 minutes from a waterfall. I can go over and see Minnehaha. It's quite nice to do that. All right, so you settle into Supta Virasana. Abdominal pelvic organs descending to rest deep in the back body. Wide inhalation. Feel the diaphragm expanding the side and back ribs wide. And take the arms over the head, whether they're extended or elbows clasped. Use the arms to create a little extra extension on the sides of the trunk. But connect the extension of the outer frame of the torso with the extension on both sides of your spinal column. There's a symmetry, and you're not holding tight in the belly or the root of the tongue. Let that go. If you've been clasping your elbows, about halfway through, which is about now, reverse the interlock. You work the shoulder joints symmetrically. And then recreate that symmetry of the outer body with the sides of the spine.